are watching T Radio B, radio in TV.
I like to sing, dance, pretend, and I like to have fun.
Some of them suspected of being.
Yep. But it worked out fine.
Is that place you used to work at near Memorial Park still open?
Memorial
Garden
Park.
or something? The place.
Oh, the Memorial Park Station? No, it is. The Eden Garden Bar and Grill is still open.
All right. Well, I think we're up and running now. You're watching Grand Theft Audio. This is Jake Belcher.
I'm Brent Thoman.
And, yeah, that's Carl over there. He's one of our original co-hosts. Trying something new tonight because, you know, we're trendsetters and stuff. So, we're going to smoke a joint. We're going to talk about, well, not Carl, because Carl is a dignified person, while Brant and I are dirty heathens.
Yes.
Yes.
Would you say that's true, Carl?
Yeah, sure.
That you're a good person?
Oh, I'm so much morally superior.
I agree on that, man. 100%.
Yes.
I really
Oh, yeah.
I'm actually on psychotropic meds that could wind up maybe hallucinate if I indulge. So we'll skip that for now.
That doesn't sound like a particularly good idea to let happen. I've known this man for a while. We don't want to see him out of control.
Yeah.
How are you doing this week, Brant?
I'm doing all right, man. It's been a real nice week. I'm sorry we missed last week, but sure glad to be back up here. And
Yeah.
it is a gorgeous day today.
Yeah, up here we're on basically Santa Monica and Gower, in the heart of Hollywood. You can see all the hustle and bustle that's going on around.
Yeah.
But we're really here to smoke this joint because it's Weedness Day, which is what happens when you add an E to Wednesday. It becomes Weedness Day.
I feel like the vibe here is kind of like one of those house flipping infomercials. You know, if like Brent looks like he's ready to sell you a house.
Is he our Don Dupree?
Yes, he's got that kind of. I used to live in this garage right here, and now I live in the house that holds the garage.
Are you in a fancier garage?
No. I'm not even. But I'm out of the garage. So
Congratulations!
Yeah.
You. Speaking of garages, he did used to live in my garage.
That's right.
Hey, I hid out there a couple of times for.
It's true.
You know, when I was trying to kick a psycho roommate out of my apartment, and yet I was such a doofus and way too nice, and I moved into Jake's garage for a week rather than just kicking the guy out. That's how I roll.
Yeah, that was a pretty goofy move. That guy was a psycho. You had a psycho roommate, right? Well,
Oh
okay,
yeah.
He wasn't using his name or nothing. So.
No, he definitely defined psycho. So yeah.
You coughing over there?
A little bit. Oh, I think we lost it.
Uh-oh, we'll relight it up.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna get any problems from catching that.
I'll try not to blow it your direction, you know?
God.
So what's going on in the world this week?
Let's see. Well, we got Batman vs. Superman that just opened up.
Carl, you've seen it, right?
Yes, I have. I saw it last night at the Universal City Walk in IMAX, but not in 3D. I was surprised that it wasn't in 3D. I don't know if it normally is or what, but
I don't even know what the point of seeing it in non-3D is. That doesn't make any sense.
I don't understand what they were, but you know, there it was, and it was actually surprisingly not too bad. I usually hate the director Zack Snyder's movies. So
What are his previous movies?
Oh God, I think the worst movie. I think probably my most hated movie of all time, Sucker Punch.
Oh yeah,
And then
you definitely it was a sexualization in it and violence that you really hated, if I
it
remember
was
correctly.
everything. It made no goddamn sense. I mean, Folks, have you ever come across this movie? Just imagine that for some reason they take a movie about girls being put into schoolgirl uniform, kidnapped, put into schoolgirl uniforms, made to dance for sleazy strangers, and then every time they're about to get something good going, where they're about to pull off their clothes, it cuts to their bizarre video game style violent fantasies, and then the song. Then when the song ends, goes back to them on stage, and all the guys go, "That was the hottest thing ever." I'm like, wait, why didn't we get to see the hottest thing ever? That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, it's a ripoff, man. Like, when you do sex in movies and you don't fulfill what it is that you're trying to say you're going to do, man,
even if you're underage, we want to see it, right? Wait.
Good Lord. Carl was banned from his video store for renting the Island of the Blue Lagoon too many times for 14-year-old Brooke Shields. True or false? Yeah, he did that. Yeah. He did that. Okay, other movies. I saw a terrible fucking movie since last time I was in. Carl liked it. I hated it.
Uh-oh.
It's The Brothers Grimsby.
Oh.
He loved it. He really just defended it.
I did like it. I really did.
Okay, I know nothing of it. So who stars in this?
Sacha Baron Cohen. It's the type of movie that, like, The Dictator. It's not one of his. I am a character out making people look like dicks.
He's got a role in this one instead of a character he's playing.
He can't do that, man.
See, it made Jake follow a plot, which was just a
There's
little...
a plot? Holy shit. So the first thing he's going to go to is defend the plot on that movie. Like, anybody who's seen it knows, like, everything that he says about movies after that is just brush it away as garbage, man, because that movie has no fucking plot. It's just random bullshit.
This is me talking out of my ass when I'm sober, so imagine just how dumb I would be if I was jacked up with you guys.
If you're participating in what I'm doing?
Yeah, or maybe I would actually smarten up. I don't know. Perhaps it's one of the benefits of that medicine. But
it is medicine. We do believe in that. You don't? You don't think it's medically sound for anybody?
Look, there's some advantages to it for, like, some serious diseases, but I just like to get high, so I'm not.
Do you have a medical card, Mr. Belcher?
No.
Check that health out, huh?
Hey, man, it's weird. It's like I'm doing drugs. I'm not doing medicine. That's the way I see it. Honestly, I wish there was more people who are just like, fight for the right to party, as opposed to, it's for cancer patients, and it's for people who don't have appetites. I mean, it is, but come on, man. Like, that's not why you smoke. That's not why I've never smoked, because, I can't get hungry anymore.
Oh, God. There was this guy, I was just in the hospital again. I have a recurring problem, folks, with my leg. And in the bed next to me was this, like, bizarre old black guy who, he would never extend his leg. I wasn't really sure why. And he just constantly sat, like, with his leg as scrunched together as possible under a blanket. And it turned out this guy was really smart, very, very into his health care. I said, what happened? He goes, I can't move my leg. And I'm like, okay. And turns out, I said, how long has that been going on? He said that it's been going on for 4 months, that it was slowly fusing together. I'm like, how about checking with the doctor after, like, day 3? And he goes, I don't know. I'm like, that's all he said to everything.
I don't know.
He had 2 teeth left.
I don't know.
Do you have any dentures? Oh, I don't know. It was awesome.
Trust me, man. You know if you have dentures. It's not one of those.
Oh, he said he couldn't pull out the last 2 teeth because he has high blood pressure and the blood would spew everywhere.
See, I think part of my thing is I'm just high enough. This is really interesting to me now.
Okay, sorry.
That's great. Okay, so hey, what we're gonna do though is we found out this worked. I don't know. We're gonna run our first set of commercials, and we'll be back on the other side, and we'll get into some other stuff in studio. So see you guys in like 2 minutes.
Sorry, was that too bad?
No, that's great.
Okay.
Power one.
In a moment, we'll return to the movie for a Sunday evening.
Monday at 8 with only 2 interruptions. There's High Riding and High Rolling for Ann Margaret and Joe Namath in CC and Company.
Miss Abbott. $500. That's a nice contribution. I'll keep this.
What'd you forget?
Well, little lady, I'll tell you what he forgot.
Don't miss CC and Company, Monday night at 8 on Channel 5.
Popeye and I have been pals for a long time now, and from that first can of spinach, it's been love at first bite from millions all over the world. That's why I'm honored to be hosting Popeye's official 50th birthday party. We'll celebrate with Shelley Duvall, who will be playing Olive Oyl in the upcoming movie. And you'll see the actual cartoon voices of Popeye and Olive.
Well, blow me down.
We'll have many Popeye cartoons, including the first ever made, so join us for Popeye's official 50th birthday, Saturday night at 6 on Channel 5.
3, okay.
All right, party people, we're back here. Thank you so much. Once again, this is Jake Belcher.
I'm Brent Thoman.
And Mr.
Kozlowski.
Carl Kozlowski. Hey, that was fun being up on the roof as a different type of start.
Absolutely, and I'm looking forward to going back and rewatching this so I can see how it worked. Because
sure. And it's totally our fault. We reached behind you and closed that door.
Yeah, I just realized.
Because we came through that and didn't close it. We have an excellent technical staff here that just helped us walk through that, and then it's our fault that we don't close the production door and we get sound coming through because we're a bunch of fucking assholes. But hey, man, getting high in the show, wonderful. I know that there's some other things that happen around here that may like to take advantage of that also. So now we may have just shown them how they can do it.
Indeed,
I like that. All right, okay, we're talking about what's going on this week. We talked about Batman. We talked about seeing Brothers Grimsby.
Brothers Grimsby.
I'll tell you a movie that I think we can both agree is going to suck ass.
Okay.
My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2.
I don't know.
What?
Okay, look, I've never seen the first one.
And I have.
Yeah.
So.
I'm interested in how many people they got back, because I don't know well enough.
Believe me, they have nothing else going on whatsoever.
Honestly, when I saw the poster, I was really surprised. I was like, wow, they really got everybody back for this film. So, I mean, I enjoyed the first one. It's a fun romantic comedy. It's years later. Let's see where it goes. There's actors and actresses that I liked from back in the day that are getting small roles again.
Do you guys know that Zoolander made it out into the theaters?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like that movie was massive, right? The first one.
Yeah.
Like,
this one bombed.
I didn't even know. Like I legitimately didn't even realize.
I suffered through it. It was terrible. The sequel.
I had no idea that it was there. I was
it made
shocked.
It made it to the Academy very, very quick.
Oh,
I mean, honestly, it was at the $2 theater in I think 3-4 weeks.
It was
like,
definitely
boom,
the $2 chuck of movies.
I've got this friend who downloaded it at home, and he tried to watch it, but he couldn't even make it through like the opening part of it without just being like, "This is fucking terrible."
Your friend?
My friend, yeah. He did not enjoy it at all. I'm sitting there and I'm like, dude, what? It's just Justin Bieber running his slump. I mean, it's my friend sitting there, and he's just like, it's I didn't do that. I haven't seen it.
Okay.
I have a friend whose parents I went and saw it, and they had never seen the first one, and the mom came home totally pissed off, like in her 70s, like, what was that? Son, explain that to me. What was that? And he goes, Mom, I didn't even go with you. Well, what was that? He goes, why'd you see a sequel to a movie you never saw in the first place? And she goes, because it was the next thing starting. And he says that's a
people
they decide every
choose
Saturday.
That way.
Yep.
Every Saturday, that's what. They
Is there
do.
something? I'm not gonna say like a Kozlowski gene that says like sit down as soon as you can, like that you'll like whatever movie starts soonest like is a reasonable option to you.
That's never me, man. I plan ahead, and I am a connoisseur of.
That's good.
Whether you think they're good or not.
Okay. I want to throw a hypothetical up, Carl. If you're going out to a theater and they sell out before you get your ticket, and you've planned ahead, do you wait? Do you look for the next available showing of that, or is there something else that you would choose? I mean, how does?
In that time, I could also see Icy Penguin McJizzleballs or whatever terrible fucking movie you see. Because you're always seeing, every time I talk to you, you just have a worse movie than the last one sounded to me that you've just seen. Hey, we got to go to our commercial break. Actually, we'll get back into movies on the other side of it. But yeah, we won't just shit on you and your taste in movies the entire time. Just until, we got like 43 minutes left in the show or something, so just that long. All right, back here on GTA, we're gonna have our holidays. We're going to get a bunch of other just nonsense. That's all it is fucking nonsense. You're just flipping off your time with this. So come back and flip some more in like 2 minutes.
You are watching T Radio V, radio in TV.
T Radio V. What did you play opposite Andy, Eric? Do you remember?
Andy and I worked as two employees at a network.
Okay. Oh, you're forgetting the other thing.
I played a news anchor, and he played a reporter.
Okay, but the other thing you did, the thing you did on the Andy Dick show, who did you play to Andy?
Oh, is that going to play my sister?
You played his wife, Denise.
Yeah.
Yeah, you played his wife.
Yeah. So what's wrong with that, Eliza?
Nothing's wrong with it.
He's got a great range as an actor.
Yeah, it just was funny.
Encounters with Eric and Eliza Roberts, Wednesdays from 2 to 4 p.m. on T Radio V.
Hi, I'm Plastic Martyr, and I've got a new show called Just Like You on T Radio V. It's an inside look into my Hollywood life where I give you a sneak peek into a world of beauty, fashion, and fame. Illusions will be shattered. And of course, there's a little sex, hugs, and rock and roll. Be sure to check it out Wednesdays at 11, only on T Radio V.
Hello, T Radio V.
Hello for us.
Hi, guys. My name is Steve Renazizi.
My name is Mary Elizabeth Ellis.
My name is Katie Aselton.
You're watching TV on the radio, but you're not watching it, you're listening to it, because radio on TV.
Hi, T Radio V.
Keep that radio going inside that television set.
I love T Radio V.
Trust her.
T Radio V. Radio in TV.
Radio in TV.
You are watching T Radio V. Radio in TV.
All right. You're back here on T Radio V watching Grand Theft Audio with Jake Belcher.
I'm Brant Thoman.
I'm Carl Kozlowski.
And believe it or not, there are other things going on in the world. I guess the thing that's happening, okay, look, a bad, act of terrorism happened this week. We shouldn't just let it go by like it doesn't exist. There are, people who want to hurt our general nice society, and it's more than just in America. And the future of what happens is going to be determined by more than just the person that we're electing president, but the person that we're electing president right now is going to have a big part in how we address all this. So presidential elections, it's been one of the wildest, craziest things I've ever seen. It's awesome. I fucking love it. I love going home and turning on the news and be like, what type of bullshit happened today? Because it's entertaining, but it's also real. And should real be this entertaining?
I think they said that I read today that 14 million new Republican voters registered this year, but it's totally because of Donald Trump. So
I think that's probably true.
These 14.
We've pulled that mic a little bit closer. Do you want to get every
these 14 people really have like a sense of what's going on in the world and real opinions on the issues, or are they just like watching the guy because he was on TV going, "You're fired"?
It's possible, but I don't think that he had that many people watching his show, so it can't be that much of a carryover. Even if he got 10% of those people that were watching his show, you're talking about like 1.4 million people across the country or something.
According to him, it's huge, that show. The huge.
At the end of the day, it is a brand name. Everybody in America knows the name Trump. I mean, so it's very easy to get on board. And when you have
people know the name Clinton.
Sure.
I think that those are equally as knowable.
But make sure you don't say noble.
Sure. Oh, no. We're not falling into that. I mean, that is not a pit that these two are going to find themselves fighting in.
I'm saying in the sense that Trump has done a brilliant job of kind of selling himself as a brand. Everyone keeps talking about all these failed businesses that have his name associated with. Every time they say that name gets out there to that many people that many times.
Have either one of you ever spent money on a Trump-branded product?
I found this awesome thing. I haven't, but I read this awesome like Gawker style thing about all the businesses that failed under him, and the best one was like the Trump steaks. They said that it was just literally you would pay like $1,000 and you would get like 16 burgers and 8 steaks, but it was supposed to be the best. I
read a statement from the guy who was running the company, and it said, "We sold very little steaks."
Yes.
Yeah. We sold very little steaks. Like
they sold 50. There was $50,000 in sales at $1,000 a sale.
That's very sad.
50 people.
And he probably had to buy some of those, right? Drunkenly on the toilet one night. It was like, why don't you send me up like 6 of those Trump steaks. It's like hanging up, and then like he looks over at John Travolta, and he's like, I brought the meat. There's like, there's got to be some weirdness there.
I can't think of any Trump product that I've never gone to a Trump hotel or casino.
Hey, here's things that have been in my price range that I could have bought.
Okay.
I remember one time looking at a Trump board game, and I'm like, oh, this thing's only $16. Like
less than a year on the market. Can you believe that?
The board game did?
Yeah, that's this thing had the whole breakdown of the year, the how many it sold. It was amazing.
You know what? If he does become president, that becomes a collector's item even more so.
Hell yeah.
Because you have one of the. Did you buy it or did you leave it?
I don't have that.
Oh.
I mean,
They say right now.
Well, no, I
was-
thought $16 might be that good of a
I just remember
deal.
one time in my life standing in like a Target, and I was like, oh, there's like the Trump board game. I'm like, who'd want that shit? But I remember I could have afforded it, like if I, wanted it.
Have you ever gambled in any of his casinos?
No.
When you've gone out to Vegas? Not.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. They all have his name on it, right? Does he have any casinos that don't have his name attached to them? Is it Trump Mirage in your face?
In every case, Trump that name is attached to it. So,
okay, look.
Yeah.
This guy's probably going to be the candidate, right, for the Republican Party.
Yeah.
So, are we in agreement then on the other side that it's probably going to be Hillary? Because it's possible that maybe the real support that is actually happening to Bernie Sanders, when you watch like people's reports from his rallies, it's thousands and thousands of people, and they're very, very supportive, but you don't really see that on the news that much. Maybe he'll actually get the votes he needs, but I don't think it's going to happen.
He's getting two very interesting subsections of the voting population.
Yeah.
He's getting the young, the ones that are in their late teens and early 20s. They're really getting behind him. But he's also got the senior citizens who look at it as like, we don't want these other two. They're
Wait, he has senior citizens?
I haven't heard that at all.
Oh, I at his age, he does.
We would assume, but
he's getting people in that age range better.
If you did all your polling at like 3:30 in the afternoon, then maybe like all those old people would matter that aren't showing.
But on
up.
election day, those really do matter.
Well,
they're the ones who go out. They have nothing better to do. They go out and vote.
How many of,
my voice.
That's right.
How many of the people supporting him today will be alive on election day? How do we know he'll be alive on election day?
And how do we know that their other candidate won't be like indicted?
Yeah.
Or...
Well, and there's still the contested Republican convention that's coming up.
I think both might be.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't look like Trump is going to get enough delegates to get
He'll
it
get
outright.
enough to be the person that it's got to be, though.
Yeah, but they could, if he doesn't get in the first or second ballot, they can then try and draft somebody into the position.
Well, we're gonna learn, man.
Yeah,
we're gonna learn.
So now it becomes like a sports game. It's gonna be like more exciting than the NFL draft. Which
probably
how's that ever exciting?
Well, fuck the NFL draft,
I
man.
know.
Yeah. I don't understand people who are into that at all.
I gotta watch that, man. It's
Those
gonna be
guys are so
14th
big.
pick of the 7th round.
Dude, what do you think he eats, man? Like, what do you think it takes to like have that much bulk on his body? Like, there's some fucking weird ass people. I had this friend that was like, me and my dad will sit around and we'll talk about the length of their bones.
Oh, I was like, where are we going with that?
Yeah. They would measure the length of their leg bones.
Yeah.
I mean, just it was weird, man.
Wow.
It was weird. Okay. Anyways, now you're in the case. So at some point in here, we're gonna be in like a ballot box, and it's probably gonna be Hillary Clinton.
And
Donald Trump, Gary Johnson, maybe.
Well, he'll be
there. I mean, that's probably your.
He's been too stoned to campaign again. Is what the problem.
I don't think he's stoned. I think he's just stoned.
Really?
Dude, like his words.
He's a libertarian. I thought he automatically has to.
Here's the thing, man. The libertarian message, which I champion, but it's very sad sounding. Like, take care of yourself, motherfucker. Like. You can always be like, oh, like, well, what if people are dying on the streets? Like, are you going to let them die? Of course you're not going to do that. But Gary Johnson, like, he has no oomph in him. Like, he just
The biggest campaign thing I saw him do was the last time there was one day, I never saw a billboard, never saw an ad, of course, but one day at the Wilshire, Vermont train station, it was obvious that somebody had like a stack of his brochures. That's what he did. He has people handing out brochures, and they were just like 200 of them just dropped in a pile on the corner, and they were just scattering to the wind, and that's his campaign.
Okay, look, we're on the clock here, guys. We got 2 minutes to our commercial break, okay?
Sure.
So you have to cast your vote. Like, Carl, I know, and people can research this. Carl has a storied past with the Clintons that is entertaining to read. You can see, like, what his true feelings are on them. Like
Oh.
you're in the ballot box, Carl. You got to vote for
I
like.
could never vote for her, but God, Trump, I don't know. The thing I'm afraid about with Trump.
Brent, I'm
Will he
the
push
question's
the
coming to
button?
you.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
There you go.
Well, you said what?
I'm just afraid. I literally don't think he could go 4 years without pushing the button.
So who do you vote for then?
You don't. Maybe I don't know.
Well, that doesn't help.
Okay,
Don't vote.
Trump.
Yeah.
Trump. Carl Kozlowski is voting for Trump.
Yeah, because how much longer do we really need in this world anyway? The way things are going.
That's a Ben Carsteian idea of it's only for 4 years. Brent,
Right.
Brent,
It's only for 4 years.
Brent, who do you go for?
Here. Okay.
Yeah.
Shit. The great part is they are. I think whoever gets in there is only in there for 4 years. There's not going to be a re-election of either of these two. I just don't see it possible.
I don't know, man. I think that. Okay, continue. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. That being said.
Yes.
I would probably vote for Hillary.
Whoa! All right. I get to be the cast the deciding vote for who wins the Grand Theft Audio president
endorsement.
Like this is our straw poll. This is our
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And I'm gonna go with Donald Trump.
Yeah.
So, I can't take that lady, man. I've tried to listen to her talk. It hurts my soul because I just there's a tone in there that's like my vice principal from elementary school where it's like trying to tell you some shit that you're not supposed to do, but you know that what they're telling you is bullshit and you can't listen to lies in that tone of voice. You just want to fucking kill and yourself or die. Or I can listen to Trump. I can listen to him. I can't listen to Hillary.
I'm waiting for him to call every world leader he doesn't like a loser or something worse.
That's gonna be awesome.
Lion Putin. You know.
It's if we hear that, I'll give you $1.
Here comes
I'm gonna call you Carl Stradamus. Carl Stradamus. With
and little Kim Jong Un. Little Kim Jong Un.
Lil Kim.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
You can walk around with pulling one titty out. Lil Kim. That doesn't sound good. Hey, we're going to come back on the other side of this commercial break, and we are going to talk about holidays, and we're also going to pay some advertisers commercial stuff. So stick around, and we'll be back right after this on T Radio V.
You're a lion.
Lion Putin.
Get smooth show-off legs with personal touch.
Monday at 8, Gregory Peck and Joseph Cotton have a showdown. A duel in the sun.
I hope Pearl gives you a pretty funeral, Jesse.
But Peck has his sights set on more. Jennifer Jones and the United States Cavalry. But it's going to take more than Gregory Peck to stop the Western expansion. Wild Wild West Week begins with Duel in the Sun. Monday at 8 here on Channel 5. Your station for movies.
July 17th, the last Super Bowl ever at the LA Coliseum. Remember these great moments? Chuck's son styles out of the peristyle. A spectacle never to be repeated. Marty Smith shows how not to get off. Rocket wrecks Staten's incredible end-over-end crash. Tony D's acrobatics. The treacherous water hole. Bob Carell and his high-flying kite. And the photo finish between Mike Bell and Mark Barnett before 74,000 fans. Tickets now at Ticketron. The Super Bowl legend dies.
You are watching T Radio V, radio in TV. You are watching T Radio V, radio in TV.
Hey everyone, I'm Tyler Oakley. And I'm Corey Cool. And you are watching Geekscape on T Radio V.
I'm Laura Samoza.
I'm Sterling Gardner.
And we are Between the Sheets every Monday here, 3 p.m., TRadioV.com.
T Radio V.
That's right, it's T Radio V, radio in TV. What is that face?
She wants to see our hands.
That's radio in TV. Wah, 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 wah.
We're not a couple. I'm Zoe Williams.
And I'm Dr. Mark Goulston. I'm Jeff Brown.
And we make up the Zoe What Morning Show. You can find us here on TRadioV.com every Monday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I make you think.
He makes you laugh, and if I get a chance, I'll help you change.
Or make you cry with his attempts at humor.
Radio in TV.
Can you relate? We'll make it happen.
Look at Jeff. What you doing?
Were you mumbling to yourself?
Hey, back there mumbling. To them. To them.
You are watching T Radio V, radio in TV.
All right, we're back on Grand Theft Audio. This is Jake Belcher.
I'm Brent Thoman.
I'm Carl Kozlowski.
And you're listening to us and watching us here on T Radio V. All right, we have something we do every week. We start looking at our holidays.
Holidays, indeed.
Yeah, we love celebrating things. I love the idea of birthday parties and times where people get together and eat cake and have good times. And there's more than just that type of holiday, though. There's things that, like, Congress says, hey, we should celebrate that it's National Jizz Sock Week or whatever, whatever basic lobbying group comes together and says, hey, we need a holiday to celebrate us. They get support there. So here's what we got. We got some monthlies. Okay, hold on. This is wait. Hold on, Carl. Keep it together. It's National On Hold Month. Who doesn't like being on hold?
What is that celebrating?
It's celebrating the idea of being on hold. At some point, like, our society didn't even have that idea. You had to, like, call up Sears or something and be like, oh, my son's husky pants, they all ripped apart, and there wasn't a computer system that was allowing those calls to, like, back up. You know, you kept having to call, like, oh, man, someone else is complaining that their son's husky pants don't work. So we need to celebrate the idea that we could be on hold.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you're on hold and you get, like, a great song. And you're like, oh, man, this is a good song. And I don't even want them to answer the call right now because I'm enjoying Born in the USA or whatever they got.
And at first, it gives you a little bit of hope. When somebody answers, say, can I put you on hold? You know that person's going to come back. So you're like, okay, at least I'm being acknowledged. Where it's not just ringing or you get the busy signal. Those are the worst.
I remember a couple of years ago they had the addition of, you are number 122 in line. You will have a wait time of more than 15 minutes.
Oh, isn't that the worst?
I liked that. Then I'm like, oh man, I got 15 minutes. Like, you can jack off or do something else.
Yeah, you can just put it on speakerphone, go about your business.
Sure.
I like the ones where they actually say, you're on hold, but we can call you back within, 8 minutes. It's like, all right.
I haven't had that.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember which company I used.
It's gotten even more advanced than the last time I used them.
They tell me that they'll call me up and just get me going. So, I mean, it's just awesome. But hold, it was such a great thing now. But not anymore.
Yeah. Hold. Okay, what do we got for our weeklies? It's a Tsunami Awareness Week. That's something I don't think I'll ever be caught in. Like, I feel like the natural disasters that one can get caught up in. That seems like the most unlikely for me to ever get caught in.
Okay, where do you usually think of tsunamis happening?
I mean, like beaches.
Okay, yes, but like what part of the world? Like, to me, I always think like Southeast Asia. And that's not an area that I'm really interested in going and visiting. So that's why I don't think I'm ever going to get stuck in a tsunami.
As like a white male, like you can't even visit those places without being considered like a sex trafficker anyways. So like you can't go to those places where tsunamis happen.
Looking the way I do, absolutely.
Yeah, man. You'd have a tail on you so quick. They'd be like, hide the children.
Yeah, hide the children.
No, they'd be like, bring out the children. Take that gringo's money. I don't know how this shit works. Okay, it's also Root Canal Awareness Week. Have either one of you ever had root canal?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
I've never had any cavities either.
Me either, man.
Good for you
either.
guys.
Perfect.
Yeah, I never had to deal with any of that stuff. How is it? Is this as bad as they portrayed in cartoons?
Okay.
In cartoons, it looks terrible.
Cartoon is showing kids a root canal.
Well, but there's always some kind of oral surgery in cartoons. Regardless, it's
a very popular subculture in Japanese porn.
They got to get in there. They got to drill it out. They got to kill the nerves, and they have to anesthetize you. And apparently, this is one of the very first times this ever happened to my dentist. As he was putting the needle in, as he put the needle in, he actually caught the nerve, and it was strange because it was this flash of light that like lit up over my eyeball, and I saw all of the veins in the side of my head. It was so strange, and it hurt like. And they were like, "Are you okay?" It's like, "I think we just hit your nerve." It's like, wow! Like everyone was amazed because they'd never seen it happen. Like the dental assistant was like, "Oh my god!" It just
doctor.
It was horrible.
Okay, honestly, like when you get hired as a dental assistant, here's the first thing you ask your dental assistant. You say, "Hey, dental assistant, hey, don't fall asleep, dental assistant. Hey, dental assistant.
Oh, hi.
Hey, well, here's what I need from you, okay? I need you to so when I do something wrong, you guys
just helping out with this scenario.
Sure. When I do something wrong, you need to look shocked that, oh my God, the doctor's never done anything wrong. Okay? So like I'm gonna work in Brand's mouth and I'll be like, oh, everything's fine, and then
bam, it happens.
See, I'm not hiring him.
No,
you gotta look shocked. You gotta be like, you gotta really cover for me, like
not horrified.
Doctor!
That was really like, oh my God.
I can't believe you did that, doctor. You're so skilled. How could you ever have made the mistake of touching that?
Dr. Belcher,
Yeah?
I would have never expected that.
I'm sorry, sir. I shouldn't have done that blow before we did the surgery.
Dr. Belcher, I thought you're only supposed to get high on weed before surgery.
You know what? He's right. I ruined
I think
it.
that's a
What else?
malpractice
What
suit.
else we got?
Okay, we also got World Folk Tales and Fables Week. Do either one of you have a favorite folk tale or fable?
Well, let me tell you.
Let's see. Yeah, go ahead.
I think of an Aesop fable all the time. I think about this all the time for like no reason.
Which one?
There's like a wolf and a stork, and they both serve each other food, and the other one something that the other one can't eat out of. So like the wolf comes over to the stork's house, and the stork has these big long glasses of like probably meat, because that's probably what a wolf wants to eat, right? But it's not meat. I think it's juice. But the dog, like the wolf's trying to
can't drink it,
which does not going to look good on camera. Yeah, so, anyways, that's what like the wolf is trying to eat out of to like get the food that the stork has served it. But then like like, oh man, this didn't work out. Like, oh, come over to my house. And then like the stork came over to his house, and like it had something that the stork would want. It was like dandelions or something. And but they were in like this short bowl, and the stork's trying to. It doesn't look good either. these stories aren't good to act out on television. It's not working out well,
not
man.
Your week, not your
but anyways, the stork and like the wolf.
The wolf and the crane. Was that?
Is that what it's called?
I believe so.
So he's got it, man. How about you? Do you have a favorite?
Yeah, you know what? I remember growing up, we had this record album that my parents got. It was a kids album that had like these songs of folklore, and I always loved like Paul Bunyan and Baloo the
Bunyan.
Yeah, and I don't know that
He's
that's
a man.
He's
two Carls.
Yes,
twice as tall and three
there
times.
can only be just one.
And he was like the babe in the Blue Ox, right?
Right, exactly. The Blue Ox, and yeah, that was a great story. How he I love the story. It was how he formed the mountains here in California, because they were wrestling and they were pounding the earth and creating the mountains. It's like, okay,
Any show with wrestling in it, I'll take. Carl, do you have a favorite folklore or?
The tortoise and the hare, I guess. Does that count as a?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I don't know. That's just the only one that I can remember.
Fables tend to have some kind of
It's the best because it's the only one I can remember. I love it.
In fact, I'm going to think about it as I nap now.
Oh yeah. Hey, that we actually do.
This is not a good advertisement for Monster Energy drink.
No, it's not. Honestly, I tried to be like a fable person myself. I tried to be Jakey Weedy Seed, and I would take all of my seeds that I found and I would plant them all over every place I went. So it hasn't really worked out. I've never gone back and found that they have like grown anything.
Yeah, there's no buds waiting for you to be able to pluck and smoke when you're ready for them.
once, dude.
Never.
Total rip-off,
Indeed.
Yeah. All right, we're going to come back on the other side of our commercial break and do our dailies.
Sweet.
And, so stick around. And, hey, look, you have like 2 minutes to take a nap. Carl, like,
Yeah.
put the head down, Carl. Put the head down,
nap.
Carl.
2 minutes.
Put
You
it
got
down,
it.
man. Put it down. Like, it's,
All right.
Carl's gone nappy time. So enjoy these commercials and other fine T-Radio V programming. We'll see you back here in 2 minutes.
All you got to do is taste peanut pepper. Know the pleasure, the flavor you will treasure. All you got to do is taste peanut pepper. Flavor's got a feeling, original and a feeling. And all you got to do is taste the peanut pepper. Open up your Dr. Pepper. And all you got to do is taste peanut pepper.
You ran from home and you're on the street. You've been ripped off, you've been used, and you could be killed. There is a way out. There is a way off the street. Not tomorrow, but now. Runaway Hotline will get you off the street. Call Runaway Hotline, toll-free, anytime, day or night. Runaway Hotline gets your message to those who care. Call now and get off the street.
You are watching T Radio V, radio in TV.
Hi kids, Billy and Francesca here for my brand new show at T Radio V, Advice from an Idiot, every Thursday from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific time. So please call in and get some advice from someone who knows absolutely nothing about everything.
Hi, I'm Bob Nalbandian, and be sure to watch my show Inside Metal, which airs live every Tuesday from 3 to 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, right here on T Radio V. I'm going to be bringing in the greatest heavy metal artists live right here in the studio. Once again, every week at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, every Tuesday, right here at TRadioV.com, radio in TV.
Hey, my fellow thoughters out there. I'm Charles Shaughnessy. Check out my new show, Here's a Thought, with Charles Shaughnessy, August the 7th, 3 p.m. PST, right here on T Radio V. Now, you know I have a lot to say, but I want to hear what you have to say. So tune in, grab your phones, call me, tweet me, email me in the studio, and let's get this conversation going. Here's a Thought, starting August the 7th, 3 p.m. PST, right here on T Radio V. That's radio in TV.
You are watching T Radio V, radio in TV.
I'm really digging this intro music to each segment, man.
Oh, yeah. I don't do a good dog bark.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah.
You know, I interviewed Paul Rodriguez the other day on another thing that I do. And,
Radio Titans. Go there,
wasn't
watch
sure if
some
I got
shows.
that. Thank you. And Paul Rodriguez in the background, I heard this Chihuahua, and I go, what's that? He goes, it's a Chihuahua. What do you expect? And he goes, I'm a Chihuahua farmer and a Mexican. Of course I have a Chihuahua.
Hey, look, while we're on the idea of Mexican entertaining comedians, Lopez has another show. Can you
Oh,
believe
yeah.
that? Like, has he ever been on a show that doesn't have his name in the title?
Not that I can think
Lopez, the George Lopez show. George Lopez tonight! Like, everything is George Lopez. He has to have his name in it. All right, let's rip through some holidays.
Yeah.
It is National Puppy Day, so that's why I was making that terrible sound that nobody wants to listen to. It's also National Tamale Day. Best tamale? The excellent tamale that you buy at the grocery store.
Oh, yes.
Dude, I love those excellent tamales. Like, you take some of those and some chili, and they're delicious. Can either one of you tell me about Christmas tamales? Like, why?
No,
No.
they're
like a huge thing. I looked up tamales, and there was like, Christmas tamales, Christmas tamales.
Yeah, there's a symbolism in it for I believe Mexican Catholics. So
I think there's raisins in it. And,
there are sweet. There are sweet ones.
It's
They're
not for me.
Yeah,
it's not for me. Also, we got Near Miss Day. What's been the biggest near miss of your life?
I don't know.
So many to choose from.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know. Let's see. Near miss.
Yeah.
Almost getting married to somebody who went bonkers later.
Oh, man. That's a good near miss. That's a good near miss.
But, Carl, I had no idea you'd been engaged before, so.
I've talked about
You didn't
this
know
forever.
that?
I must
I think
not
he
re-
blocks out your like love life because when we go home, it's like, we're like, yeah, I'm not going to get into it.
It's
but
the
we've had some
anti-Viagra.
weird
It's not
conversations
good.
about that shit.
Well, thank you. Me and you, or him and you?
Life, us,
Oh,
all of
nice.
us. Dude,
All
we've
right.
had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours of talking
Yes.
about
Yes.
shit. So,
Yeah,
anyways.
about shit. What about you? Any near misses?
Yeah, man. One of my biggest near misses ever was involves a bathroom at a wrestling show and a power bomb that would have gone very, very bad. I've told the story in past episodes. Go back and find it.
Was the power up related to what you ate at the Carl's Jr.?
No, but I did go shit in the Carl's Jr. afterwards because it was unsafe to use the bathrooms there.
I
Okay,
just
look-
realized mine was also a near misses because I avoided the wedding.
Sure. So you got a pun in there too.
Yeah.
Like you're a professional comedian.
Yes. That was, yeah, semi. Okay,
What else we got?
proceed.
Okay day. So it's okay.
It is okay.
You know,
remember that guy? It's okay. Is he around?
I have seen him. Like, we used to have studios up in Hollywood, and there was this vagrant who would walk around telling everybody it's okay
because he had a tattoo around his neck that said so.
Yeah, so he just incorporated that into his gimmick. Good job, guy. Okay, we also have World Meteorological Days today. You have to face the future because it's hotter, wetter, drier every year. There's 190 countries that have now accepted that there is some version of global warming happening, and we got to do something about it. I mean, it's not me, man. I don't have any ideas. Like, look elsewhere. Like, I don't have any ideas on how to make shit better. But I'm going to pay attention if someone does. Okay, we got 4 more to get through. Friday, World Marbles Day. Like, we came from a time before cell phones and the like. Did either one of you ever play marbles when you were growing up?
Not in a traditional way. I played with marbles. We had this awesome beanbag it was like a leatherish or like a pleather beanbag.
It sounds like your hands are in your pants for your marbles in your beanbag.
Well,
But continue.
You throw yourself into it, and it would make these little grooves, and you would roll them down into the giant crevice that was in the bottom where your butt was.
Once again.
Yeah, sure. The giant crevice where your butt was.
That's right. That's right. In
How
a
about you,
beanbag.
Carl? You ever played? You came from a back-ass place. You're an Arkansas boy, right?
Yeah. That's the official sport of the state, isn't it?
Was that nerdy enough and like old schooly enough? Did it happen in your life?
I remember having a set of marbles once, but I don't know.
Did you have a shooter? Like a bigger marble that you shot the other marbles? I looked up some rules on marbles just because I didn't want to get caught flat-footed. It looked like a terrible fucking game.
Yeah.
I don't know how it captivated school children.
Because it was a form of gambling as well. You would put your marbles up, your best marbles, the ones that you
Pokemon-ish.
cherish, very much so.
I have a rare yellow marble. That
or
can...
just getting somebody else's marble was like, haha, I got something of yours. So it had that.
I got your marbles.
Exactly.
Okay, what else we got? Saturday is Make Up Your Own Holiday Day. What do you think needs to be celebrated in America that is currently not celebrated enough?
Cheeseburgers.
Cheeseburgers. I was going to say, like, Carl, there should be like a World Narcolepsy Awareness Day.
Yes.
So people can understand why you're falling asleep on the show. How about you, Brent?
I can't think. Doesn't everything get enough coverage now? I mean,
Everything does? So you'd have like a Everything Gets Enough Day?
Yes, there you go. Enough of everything.
Enough is enough.
We have
day.
enough of everything.
Enough is enough day.
Yeah.
Enough is enough. Enough.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. Okay, look, but that's going to get co-opted by some other group. It's going to be like, enough is enough. Like, no means no. Like, we gotta broaden out the message a little bit more because it's not quite enough.
What about you?
Me?
What do you think?
Like Pro Wrestling Day? You know, because I always think that everybody should learn more about pro wrestling. We have WrestleMania, but that's just not enough. Okay, we've also got Sunday is Easter. It's also been co-opted by Viagra. Viagra has asked for it to be Viagra Day.
Really?
It's like the rising of your dead boner.
Yep.
Wow.
But literally, it is Viagra Day, and they've gone to Congress to have that day declared like a holiday.
Okay, wait. But it's the 26th, which is
Right.
the day
It
that
just
Easter
happens to fall on Easter
land. Okay,
often.
I thought they actually took whatever Easter Sunday is going to be.
I
We
think
want
they
that to be
change it
Viagra
every year.
Day.
Like, okay, let's push it back a little bit more.
I think that was personally signed and approved by President Clinton.
Do you think he needed a boner pill?
Perhaps.
He was a fuck machine,
Hey,
man.
Bob Dole got
All that
pushed
action?
it right through the Senate.
They're fuck machines. You don't know. That guy's fucking everything. Okay, couple last ones. Monday is Be Mad Day. So, like, if something is, grinding your gears, be mad at it. Just let yourself be mad.
Get it out, right?
It's also Barnum and Bailey Day. The circus was created in 1875 in America. So I think it was back a long time, 150 years or something almost.
141 years.
Barnum and Bailey is like I didn't like going to the circus when I was a kid. It scared the shit out of me. I always thought like an animal could escape or a clown could get me.
I never saw it under the big top. I only saw it in like big amphitheater kind of things they did, and the problem was it just reeked of all of the animals.
Animal crap.
Yeah,
dung.
it's like you couldn't get past it. There was not enough good smelling popcorn or anything to get rid of the smell of just animal and hay and dung. It was awful.
I ended up going to 3 circuses when I was young. One, I went to the regular Barnum and Bailey, and it scared the shit out of me. Then, like a year later, we went to Circus Vargas. Which was like a discount version of it that would. Everything smelled so effing terrible. And then, by coincidence, like we went to Disneyland, we ran into these people, and we're like, oh, yeah, we're doing a circus next door tomorrow, so, like, here's some free tickets. And we went to that circus, and it was a non-animal circus where they would do, like, motorcycle tricks and a whole bunch of other stuff, and that was fucking badass. Carl, did you have circuses in Arkansas?
We had the Ringling Brothers Circus. We also had
random assorted.
I believe the circus is where his parents bought him. I mean,
oh man, yeah.
Arkansas, I believe you're still allowed to buy babies from the circus.
Like a Chinese man who had like a an ancient room that he went in, and like someone fed him after midnight, and turned into
all Mogwai-esque.
Yeah. Okay. Last one. Monday is Weed Appreciation Day. Weed appreciation. Whoa. It's dandelions.
Not that kind of. Not that
it's
kind
dandelions,
of weed.
man.
Not that kind of weed.
Yeah, like the type of weeds that you're supposed to like appreciate. That they irrigate your dirt. That's what it said.
Oh, really? I thought
that's what they're calling it.
I
these
thought the
days.
weeds sapped the water from the other plants, choking them off. That's why we had to pick them.
But also helps put little like passageways in the dirt when you pull it out, and the roots like let water go down. I don't know, man. I didn't pay that much attention.
You didn't have to do it as a kid.
Carl, where can people learn more about you? Where can people watch your show or listen to your show?
RadioTitans.com. And this week I'm very excited on Friday at 11:30 to 1:30 on Grown-Ass Men, which is the pale shadow imitator of this show. Although the people are great, I'm just saying we started it that way. We have Paul Rodriguez, the legend, live in studio.
Well,
just
dope,
said he'd
man.
do it today.
Dope.
Yeah.
Brant, what do you got going on?
Let's see. You can follow me on Facebook, and I believe I remember it's at GTAR Brant for my Twitter. I'm exploring this stuff on my phone more now.
Right.
I've gotten tired of playing too many games.
Sure,
on there,
we
so.
can't be old and die yet. Like we have to at least attempt to do these things.
Yeah, it's got to move.
You can find me on Twitter at Jake Belcher. You can find me at on Instagram at Jake Belcher GTA. This week I reactivated my Microsoft, my Xbox Live. So if you want to play with me on there, you can go GT Audio Jake. GT Grand Theft Audio Jake. So let's play some games out there, people. I play a lot of Halo, so come on out. I'll see you guys next week. Next week we have live in studio with us Jasmine St. Clair. She's going to come in. She's going to talk about WrestleMania. We also have Scott Gerhardt. He is the host of the Gamers Dome. He's going to talk about some Hearthstone and also some wrestling. So it's going to be dope, guys. So come on back. I appreciate you. I appreciate T Radio V. I appreciate my co-host Brant Thoman.
Thank you very much, Jake. I appreciate you.
I always appreciate our guests.
Carl Kozlowski.
Thanks for coming in, Carl.
Thanks, guys. So peace out.
Till next week.
Bye-bye.
You are watching T Radio V, Radio and TV.